It's now been almost 2 years since JCS uploaded a video, and it seemed like they had quit for good. However, on December 4th, JCS made a comeback with a video titled Newlyweds Tell on each other. Although things quickly went south, they lost over 10,000 subscribers in just a few hours and faced so much backlash that they deleted the video in less than 24 hours. Why? Well, to understand that, we should first look at why they even left in the first place. JCS Criminal Psychology was created back in 2017, but it wasn't until 2019 that they uploaded their first video. That same year, they released a total of 7 videos, gaining unbelievable traction as they had basically created a whole new type of content no one else was making. The videos were simply legendary and were based on true crime interrogations. However, since each upload needed months of research, production didn't increase rapidly. They still increased their output and posted 10 videos in 2020, exactly 1 video every 5 weeks. But longer videos, such as Jennifer's Solution, gained significantly more views than the shorter ones. As a result, both video length and views exploded, leading to even more attention and effort. Yet there was an even bigger struggle. Despite gaining hundreds of millions of views, their videos would constantly violate the violence and sensitive events guidelines, making it impossible to monetize the majority of their content, and this seriously affected them, as in 2021, they uploaded only a single video, leading fans to believe this caused disputes between the owners as no money was being generated. They've always uploaded less, but now it's down to once a year. Looks like YouTube is targeting them. This was probably the case considering the year they uploaded most consistently, their videos suddenly started disappearing without explanation. No one knows why. Though they'd still make a comeback in 2022, uploading just a single video again. Interestingly, this would also be the time when JCS posted one pivotal video, what pretending to be crazy looks like. I love your videos, but what's happening? Why are you quitting on a daily basis? Well, they answered this time. They explained that the situation with their videos had gone so bad, they managed to speak with some people at YouTube, and they gave us some tools that can help us navigate this place within the guidelines. But sadly, this didn't work either, as YouTube would still delete their biggest video ever, leading to moving away from YouTube nuking us for the umpteenth time. By this time, you could see a pattern forming. JCS was slowly backing away from YouTube, posting only 2 videos in 2023 as well. Yet something seemed pretty odd. Why aren't the JCS-inspired channels facing these issues, even though streamers who react to JCS content are able to monetize their videos? Well, it became pretty clear soon. The topics JCS covered were somewhat disturbing, but the videos themselves weren't completely graphic. So what was the reason? It's safe to say that JCS made one single mistake. You see, they highlighted in their videos how crucial it is to stay silent during interrogations and to talk to a lawyer, as even the innocent can end up in trouble. The best example of this is the legend of Jeff.
Before we ask you questions, you must understand what your rights are. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in the court of law.
The only reason Jeff is a free man and has a YouTube channel today is because he used his right to remain silent. JCS got demonetized because they emphasized to viewers how important it is to keep your mouth shut and get a lawyer. Which wasn't wrong. The yearly uploads went silent and their Patreon was completely abandoned with no explanation of what they were going to do about it. Aside from a few things came up. This further cemented the idea that they were probably done with YouTube. As they stated, an exit strategy from YouTube is now in the works and we will keep you updated. However, this post is almost 3 years old, and with no uploads in almost 2 years, it looks like they've unfortunately just given up completely. Or maybe not. JCS did make a comeback, but it didn't go as expected. They posted a video on December 4th, and viewers flooded the comments. Finally, a JCS video. The legend is back. However, one comment stood out. I have an off feeling about this. Ironically, that feeling turned out to be correct. As viewers began watching, it became clear that JCS had most likely sold their channel. You can be the judge of that. This is their old video.
That brings us to example number 1. 37-year-old Michael Dixon, described by his peers as popular, friendly, but also unassuming and reserved.
And this is their new video.
Songs which consisted primarily of Ed Sheeran. Then continued the celebration in their luxury hotel room that was overlooking the river.
If you can't already tell, this video was narrated by AI. Oh, so you came back just to be AI slop. Yet this was just the beginning. In the last 10 minutes of the video, the voice suddenly changed to an even worse female AI voice.
Putting everything else aside, just imagine being Josh right now. One moment you're in dreamland and the next you're jolted back into interrogation room reality.
At first, I was sure I wouldn't really mind it, but now, 24 seconds in, it's so much worse than I could have ever imagined, which honestly is an understatement. Bro, what happened to your editing? Why is there a mixer next to a Wi-Fi router on top of a microwave? It's safe to say that JCF itself was turning into a mystery. The original narrator, Kizume, replied to a tweet asking about his future with JCS, saying, "I don't know whether I'll be." He also confirmed that he knew his voice was being replaced by an AI clone, but what's odd is that he stated, "JCS got my permission to use AI regarding my voice, and I'm also being compensated word for word like I normally would." One commenter responded, "If they're paying you anyway, they should just hire you for the voice again. Isn't AI supposed to be cheaper?" Which was a valid point. Why use an AI clone when they were paying Kizume anyway? Yet, once again, a new plot twist emerged. A Reddit post from a year ago shared something unexpected. In the most recent video on the channel, it is clear that instead of the narration being done by Kizume, it's an audio deepfake of his voice. My suspicion is that either the person behind the channel outsourced the content creation or is no longer in control of the channel. This is the video the user is referring to.
The only problem is that the lead interrogator really doesn't like Sarah and abandons the task of pretending to.
Supported by another comment on the post, "Yes, it is an AI voice clone. Really weird why they would do this. Also weird why Kizume would allow this. Something is majorly wrong. This means they've been using an AI voice clone for almost 2 years, and viewers are only now realizing it." But this isn't the worst case scenario. As one Redditor pointed out, worst of all, it's not even a new video. Just like the last several they've released, they're just chopped up Patreon videos that were originally produced 3 to 5 years ago. JCS has been dead for years and is never coming back, which unfortunately is true, and I'll prove it in a second. By now, the damage was irreversible. They had already lost thousands of subscribers, and the video had gained 500,000 views. Their response to the backlash was, "Thanks for sticking around, guys. We heard you loud and clear about the narration, and it would be corrected for the next video." As expected, the video was made private in less than 24 hours because the real JCS has been long gone. The most likely speculation is that they sold the channel a long time ago, and it could have gone for anywhere between $4 to $8 million, with an average of 10 million views per video and a $10 per 1,000 views ad rate. Considering the longer the video formats, monetizing just one video a year could easily bring in $100,000. This could explain why the new videos are so different in aspect, likely optimized for monetization. This is a rough estimate. It could be more or less, but it's safe to say they sold it for at least a couple of million. Or maybe not, and JCS will just remain a mystery. But what's the future of JCS now? Well, it's clear that if they return to using the real voice and original content, a comeback is possible, but it won't be without its own struggles.